afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for December 13th, 2019, 3 p.m. Eastern. One of the biggest, I'd say, keys to the civilization's upward motion, you understand that we have several billion, let's say 10 billion on the planet, because you really can't, there's a lot of deception going on about how many beings are on this planet. So let's just put 9 billion, okay? And you understand, I don't allow you to understand that there's many that of our brothers and sisters that are not conscious to a certain point. We've talked about bicameral, which means that you're not conscious. And it's unfortunate because this civilization became conscious about 3,000 years ago. So they're no longer bicameral. But bicameral means is that you have to seek external authority, and you have to be told what to do, and you can't think for yourself, and you can't lead yourself. That's basically, in a nutshell, bicameral, where the right and left brain talk to each other. That's why people hear voices in their head. They the different voices coming in their head. It is mostly because of the right and left brain communicating with each other. So when you understand that the majority of the civilization is not at the point where many of you are, okay? It doesn't make them any less at all, because we're all from the same source. So obviously we're over 30 million. Meditation continues to grow, right? More and more people are coming in. I've had people say, well, convert everything to transcendental meditation. And I'll give you an example. The transcendental meditation is wonderful. There's not one negative about it, but the point is that the majority of the population will not adjust to that because they aren't interested in complication. They look at it as complicated. It really isn't complicated, but they look at it as complicated. They feel they have to go to a university or training or something to understand what that is. And I've had that discussion with some of the folks with Mauritia University, and meditation is being. It's just like we do. This is a guided meditation, and I explain and try to get everybody on the same page as far as what the meditation's for. And in their own way, you all collectively come together and we meditate. And we meditate for wonderfully good things, and we also meditate for the understanding of our clarity for who and what we are. So we meditate for the planet. We meditate for all our brothers and sisters. We meditate for many things. And so the reason this is expanding, the reason it's growing, is because there are a lot of people that look at it, they can listen to it, they can view it, and we're getting to the point where we have enough volunteers that it's very, as I mentioned, Julie Joy, she does all of the recording. She literally, she is an audio professional, so she records all of these. It takes time. She records the meditations, and then she cleans them so that they're as best delivery as possible for people to listen to at a later time. We have millions of people listening to these meditations, not just us, but all over the planet as they get access to them. Now we have the TFCC called the TFCCs that are, I believe it's called Bit Rush or something like that. That an individual they enjoy doing it. I just read their communications. They enjoy doing it, and so they have literally recorded to YouTube all of the TFCCs. Some of me, as you well know, guys, my calls are like 3-4 hours sometimes. Yeah, it's because I get so it's such a joy. I get carried away sometimes, but that's who I am. So, it's spreading and the purpose of this, and the reason that we engaged this meditation in the beginning, a couple years ago almost, by February, a couple years ago, that we Our antennas, we started with about, I don't know, maybe 8, 10 people. And now, we're here. So it will continue to grow. The purpose is to make sure that our wish, our intent, without ego, is to have the majority of the planet eventually, every day, doing this meditation. And we can provide it to people who, don't have access to phone. They can record it themselves. They can listen to it. But the fact of the matter is that they're listening to it. And yeah, they keep our heads down, but who cares? I don't really care about that. So, but it's out there. It's getting out there more and more. We've compiled formulas that we will continue to do. We will have some major announcements coming up in the near future about health application that we've been working on, and it's going to be eye-opening in a positive way. So, what is our real direction? We choose to come together as part of Source creation. We were created out of deep eternal love, so we choose to come together and to be together. Even though we're connected, it's nice to be, connected with each other and acknowledge that. You all are in a very much so, and there's others on the planet that are also, but we all are here to assist the transition of this planet. That's what we're really here to do. And I think a lot of you knew that when you were kids, knew it, you've known it for a long time. So some of you are coming into that and realizing that that's been the missing piece to your puzzle picture of what why you're here to come, and it all kind of starts to fall into place for you. So what does that mean? Well, our transition basically is that we meditate and we reconfigure ourselves out of the 3D matrix. So we don't do it with anger, frustration, or anxiety or anything. We just know it, see? And so it's time for us to make the transition, and that's what we're doing. Now, understand that this planet, there's been talk, I've discussed it, we've shared it off and on. She is the great mother in the nation, the American Indian nations of this planet. She's the great mother. She is this country, this I call it countries because the states in this continent are actually countries, all right, that decided to come together and become unified. So you almost throw out all of the old ways that were implanted in this country and so on and so forth, because we're in a totally new direction here. Now, Earth, Gaia, Terra Christa, there's dozens of names. So let's just say Earth, okay? And so Earth, which is soil, okay, it's the surface. So she's got two choices here, okay? She can clean herself, cleanse, which she's done before, which means a lot of upheaval and a lot of disruption for the civilization. Or we can assist her so that she can take a break. Okay? What that means is that she's no different than us. She's housed just in a different body. That's all. And, her God, or the spirit within, we all have a God, as we all know it. It used to be in India, because it travels around the body. So, it was in India for a long time. That's why you had so much come out of India of benevolence and peace and joy and, a lot of good influence in that aura, that energy. Now she's moved into Peru. She'll move around, and it always influences the area because of the prana. the energy. Most of you don't know this, but the prana is the life force of Gaia, of Mother Earth. And she emits this, all right, to the symbiont relationship that we have with her as other gods, and she's a god. So we basically work together, all right? And there is a universal understanding with us gods that we look at this planet as part of us, that we're on. It's not that we actually came from it. You know, most of us didn't. You know, bodies were created and the gods entered them. Then they stayed stasis in the beginning underground, and then they were activated, unfortunately not by those who were given the stewardship to watch over us before we were activated. That was abandoned. And so we were kind of just left there. And then, of course, things happened, and, you know, here we are today. So, but we're here, and we have a connection with this planet, because this planet's a healing energy. So the prana is the life force of Gaia. And unfortunately, there was one time on Earth that we could walk the flatlands as animals. We could walk the flatlands and feel the prana, experience it, energizing, frequency. That's why, you know, that's kind of like where earthing developed, is to be one with the planet, and it would heal you. Because her life force is healing, just like ours is, but we just don't know it. She does. So, if you'll notice, like when there's trauma or something to her surface, in time she heals it. You could have a city that would be abandoned by us, and in a time it would disappear. It would deteriorate. And you know, she's able to heal herself, just like we are, but she's much more focused and understands. You can't keep draining the blood out of her. You know? You can't keep polluting her life forces, water, soil, right? Because if you do that, she's going to get pretty darn angry. And I think all of us would. We would be not too happy about that. That, you know, we would give and help those other gods on the planet and sustain them and provide wood for their shelter and materials to house them, since they decide to live on the surface. Most civilizations don't live on the surface because there's so much, as you well know, we experience it across this planet from time to time, whether it's manipulated or not. We experience storms and desolation and destruction, flooding and so on and so forth. And so, but she provides things for us to protect ourselves, our bodies, let's put it that way, our physical bodies. And she provides sustenance for us, clothing, everything. And in turn, we don't reciprocate, you know, and I'm not saying a lot of us, but I'm saying there are those who destroy it, you know. It's just no difference in taking a 30-06 and unloading it into her, or into yourself. It's no difference in what that's been done to her. So this is all part of our knowing who and what we are. So if we say that we, as we're here to help with this transition, we've all been, you know, a lot of us have been in it. We were in it. It's, you know, it's not like an ego. Oh, I was there. It's because, you know, our gods were in bodies in Atlantis. Our gods were in bodies in Lemuria. You know, our gods were in bodies in many different, you know, Aztec, Inca, you know, Sumerian, Mesopotamian, and we've been there. And a lot of us carry an essence of awareness. It's not like a knowing, but it's an essence of awareness. So we know what our main priority, what it is that we're here to do. And that now has engaged. We're here to help with the transition of her the purpose of it is so she can heal. It's no different than if you go and you get into bed and you're tired and you're drained, and so you have to recover. You heal. The body repairs and heals, regenerates, but you give it rest. So this is what she asks of us, that we give her rest, and she will not cause turmoil for us. See, she won't flood and cause disruption and everything else. But she's heading in that direction, and our meditations are assisting in a very great way. We've engaged a tremendous amount of high frequency that's lifting her and assisting her, so it's given her time to realize that, hey, they're finally starting to help and help me recover. Now, what does that mean? It means that the frequencies, as she continues to elevate her frequency, we do through these meditations, and no other way to do it. You can look throughout history with this planet and the civilizations. There's no other way. Wars are absolutely absurd for all of us. They're just absolutely absurd. Totally unacceptable. Conflict and hatred and anger because of skin color, because of how you look, because of what you wear. It's just absolutely absurd. Carrying grudges and revengefulness and anger, and it's just absurd. It deteriorates the one who is giving it, who is generating it. It does not deteriorate those that it is intended to be directed to. So when we realize that, guys, where would we go if this planet wasn't here? We wouldn't be here. Would our gods be? They wouldn't be in the bodies, we'll put it that way. And, we like that attention as immortal supreme beings, because that's what we are. We are literally immortal supreme beings. So when we understand this, we all love to help. We all love to serve. We all love to help each other, ourselves, each other, and to understand these things clearly. So we move into consciousness. Everybody on this call is conscious. There's no way you're not, or you wouldn't be on this call. Bicameral is a confused structure where you have the population of the planet relying on to be told what to do, to be told what to think, to be told to be governed over, to be ruled over, to be governed over. And that's not why we were created. It's just not. All right? It's the opposite. You see, I've said this before, but a lot of us are going to be, if not all of us, if we choose, we're going to create solar systems, galaxies, universes. We will. And what better way to know that is when we've experienced in the body things, right? We've experienced how a population and civilization should not be treated. We've experienced things that all of us have, not just this lifetime, but many. Because that veil is going to disappear, guys, and you're going to have all the experience and knowledge and understanding of all of your life existences. All of them. So, before that takes place, we've experienced just in this life ups and downs, challenges, ego, mind control over us in our heart mind. And so these things are positive. The reason they're so positive is that we drink them in with an understanding that how would you create a universe if you had not experienced in physical form some of the challenges that some of these civilizations that will be born and created by Source, and different installations, solar systems, planetary area. I mean, it's everywhere. How are you going to know how to put the universe together? You can't just throw it all together and expect all this life that Source creates to just know what to do. See, this knowledge that we gain is precious. It is astronomical. And when we talk about gods, what do you think we do? We don't sit on a planet incessantly being trapped in slavery by a group of baboons that are in an archon structure overseeing and controlling the entire matrix of several solar systems and planetary systems and civilizations. We are meant to create. We create small here. We learn how to create small on this planet. Okay? Because we have to find out who and what we are. If we don't do that, we're not going to really know what we're doing. We're not going to know that we're creating. Okay? And we don't operate from the heart mind, and I'm sure, how do you know this? We just become lost, and then we just dead end ourselves, and then we leave the body. Okay? But it's the knowledge that we pick up while in the body. This experience is precious because it will be utilized by us when we choose to create a universe, to create a solar system, right? And I speak of it like a matter of fact because it is. It is a matter of fact. It's not some big, huge awakening. It's that's what we are. Say, do you honestly think that Source created us all as gods so that we inhabit these bodies so that we can experience things, so that the time will come where we have gained enough knowledge and experience so that when we do create the universes, we will have universal laws. We'll have understanding to keep things somewhat in balance. Okay? It's a huge undertaking. But I'm going to tell you something. There are gods out there that have created many universes. And any of you can speak with them at any time you want. And guess what? They're humble. They're generous and kind. They are without ego. They have no ego. They were once where we are. Does that make them better? Absolutely not. Would they look at themselves as better than us? Absolutely not. Because we are part of them and they're part of us. We just haven't matured enough as gods to experience in body some of the things that will teach us and gain that so that we can basically do a pretty darn good job on assembling in the universe. People say, well, you're so small. Size has nothing to do with it. Guaranteed that. There are billions of quantum universes. Trillions. It's a never-ending process. Okay? So understanding that, obviously we gravitate to all over 30 million of us that are focused. We gravitate to, what are we here to do? To serve. And I'm not talking about servants. I'm talking about through the heart mind, we serve ourselves and each other. So we're in harmony. We're building this as a civilization. So as we do this, we begin to realize that we've neglected our temporary home. So we shift our gear. Now, what does that mean? We help our brothers and sisters, but we help all life. Gaia's life. And we would like to restore her prana to the baselands of her crust. See? We'd like to restore it. And the way we can do that is by these meditations and our intent. A lot of you have written me and told me the massive shift in your existence, in your lives, that has occurred since these meditations. Maybe we will do one day, one night of all people saying of what has occurred with them. Kind of a gathering of everyone to interact, maybe at the same time helping others realize certain things. But this meditation is its second, and we'll have three, as I said yesterday, is that this meditation is for us to focus on the God of Gaia, of Earth, to help her in her physical body heal. By doing this, it will help us heal. So it's very reciprocal. It's not that we're doing it because we expect her to heal us. We're doing it because we love her and we would like her to be happy and blissful. Because she's happy and blissful, I guarantee you the frequencies with her are going to be through the roof. And guess what? Those of us who can handle those frequencies will be with her. There is another planet. It is a Earth planet. It sits on the other side of the sun. Phobos. It's an Earth 2. Right? They're never going to talk to you about that. Ever. And all the so-called experts and gurus, they're not going to really talk about it. Because it is where those who are not ready to come with us will go. This planet, this Earth, will ascend. That planet will stay just exactly where it's at, so that those who go there, they won't know that they're there. That they'll just be in an existence of the 3D, the third density. Okay. And then it doesn't make them inferior. It doesn't make them weak or bad or anything. All right. They're just in their time element to understand and their progression of when they will be like we are, like they will eventually be. And then they too will join us here on this planet of ascension. So no one's going to be ignored, and this is already happening. So I'll give you an example. You may, and this is the first phase, you may wake up one morning and you'll feel a difference. It'll be subtle. It may be on a spring morning. It may be on a winter's night. You don't know. And you don't really care because you know it is here. So you'll wake up and you will notice a difference. You will be softer in frequency. You will be higher in frequency. You will feel much more at ease and peaceful and joyful. And if you're conscious enough through the heart mind, you will basically know that you've increased your frequency to the point by being in love more and more that you are not the same. And then that's from this phase 1 to phase 2 of the acknowledgement, and then to phase 3, which is you decide if you're ready to take on a new body. That's it, guys. You decide. No one's going to decide for you. You decide. So what do you think this has all been about? It is adjusting, it is assisting, it is serving one another, so as many of us as possible are conscious, self-leading, self-thinking, creating values, building wealth for ourselves and a civilization, and in spirit, in the gods that we are, balanced, healthy, firm, high confidence without ego. And then we ascend. And ascension means from that point we leave the body and we enter a new body. It's greatly enhanced in many different ways. It is not carbon-based. These are carbon-based bodies. And you know what? I like them. I have no complaints at all. I'm in deep gratitude every second. So when you look at that from that standpoint, why would we want to enter new bodies? To perfect ourselves. We're creators. And what does the perfection mean? We're already perfect. That's exactly right. So what do you talk about when you talk about perfection? Well, it's very simple. We perfect our knowledge base so that we can absorb as much knowledge as possible. This is why we inhabit bodies. See? It allows us to do physical applications and things that we could not do in our God form. This is why we enter vessels. All of us across the expanse, we do it because we like it and because we gain a lot of experience with it. And so this is what we do. In eventuality, guys, on this planet, your labor, your physical labor, using your bodies for physical labor, banging, hammering and doing that, will not be. We will use our intellect. And this is an intellect coming from the heart mind, overseeing the mind. This is the difference, see? So when we use our intellect, our knowledge, our minds, this is how we will create. This is the future of this planet. So you can see the progression. I'm sure a lot of you can see the clarity of where we're heading. So in this meditation is to allow our sister, Gaia, to rest. And we do that by the distribution of wealth to those who are responsible in handling the wealth, to commence the rebuilding of the surface of the planet, cleansing of the oceans, the cleansing of the soils, the cleansing of all the waterways, Gaia's blood, the oil, stop of extraction of oil, stop the extraction of gas by bringing in the technologies that have been waiting for this civilization for decades. And this will be, because we intend it. And we are gods and we are creators. So it is absolutely fact that it will be. And we will allow her to rest. It's the least we could do for all she's done with us for billions of years. So this is a meditation to her, Gaia, the mother, and for us to step up in this meditation and to assist her and flood her with our godly energy as she has done for us forever. And I'd like you all to visualize parts of her healing. And this isn't miraculous because you are gods. So this is something that you can get used to doing. And wherever you see turmoil or trauma, you can heal it. And I don't mean walking up to somebody with a gun and saying, hey, I'm going to give you a hug. I mean, we can heal it from our intent through our heart mind over the ego mind. So visualize as we do this meditation that everywhere you look, if you see turmoil, if you see harm to the planet, that you're aware of. It's not to be angry. It's not to be upset. It is to be full of love and the excitement that you're able to be conscious enough to understand that and that your intent is strong. And as a God, as a supreme immortal being, you will intend and send the fact with total love, with no conflict, of healing these sores, these gashes, and wherever you see it. It could be on your television, it could be the YouTube, it can be in books, it can be just a feeling, all right? The children, all of it. So, if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure most of you are. And let's bring it in, and let's relax our bodies. And let everything surrender. Surrender whenever you get miscombobulated. Let it go. Your shoulders will drop, and you'll just say to yourself, more in motion, more through the heart mind. It doesn't even need to be a voice. You just say, I let it go. I let it all go. Well, you let go of the fear. You let go of the worry. You let go of the stress. You let go, why don't I have this? Why is this not happening? What's going to happen? And you feed the very thing that you're trying to eliminate. You feed it. See? So you let it go. This is stepping out of your own. This is stepping out of your own way to connect with source creation. It is part of the process. You do it as often as you want. Whenever you feel uneasy or hurried or rushed or stressed. So relax the body. We move it to the now. And the now is everything. It keeps us focused to stay in the now. We focus on it. We are not in the past. We've done the past. Why would we revisit the past? We've already experienced the past. Isn't it more motivational that for ourselves that we move forward so we can experience new? The river of void, the bridge over the river of void, the unknown, where all the possibilities are? Why would we continually spend our energies in the past? Doesn't make any sense, does it? Why would we create a future that was the past that we have already experienced? Which many do. Doesn't make any sense. So we're in the now. And in the now, we create our future. Everything we're doing right now is creating our future. See? And it's the unknown that is so enticing for us because we relish it, we embrace it. So also we breathe. We inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. We take it in easy, comfortably, deeply, and then we exhale it. As we breath in, we hold it, 1001, 1002, 1003. We let it out, exhale through the mouth, easy, comfortably. And for those of you who are new to this meditation, this now, this circle of light, we do it to focus on the now. It's real simple. It helps you as a vehicle to focus on the now. It brings you into the now. And it keeps you there. If you're irritated, stressed, you can't get to sleep at night, focus on your breathing. It will help every single time. But you have to remember, like most of us are in a hurry to have everything happen tomorrow in an hour, a minute. You just embrace it, and it will take effect. But if you rush it, it won't be worth beans. It won't have any effect at all. And then you'll say through the ego mind, this is garbage, it doesn't work. Okay? So, you're breathing, you want to do this 6 times while I'm talking. And when you breath in divine positive energy. This is the love that we breathe in. It really is. It is what we are. Constantly keeping it focused through our heart mind. We breath in the collective consciousness of the universes. This is such a high frequency. It is absolutely, there's no words. And the gods within us is that frequency. See? Do you see the turmoil being in a physical vessel? When you have that high of a frequency with the God and the perfection and the supreme immortal being that you are within inside that body, and then your body, through the ego mind, is in a lot of ways splintered in an opposite direction. So, you know, you come full circle, you realize that the way to have everything shift and increase in frequency starts with me. It doesn't start with everybody else. It starts with each and every one of us. And it isn't a concern because since you're part of everything, what you do affects everything. See? Then you become more mindful through the ego mind through the heart mind over the ego mind. Then you start to realize that, wait a minute. I can affect change whenever I choose. This isn't ego confidence, it's just confidence. For I am the God within. For I am the kingdom of God. I am that I am. And eventually you'll all be able to heal yourselves. Immediately. These are all facts. And your DNA, all of it will become unwrapped. And as you decalcify your pineal gland, everything will open up. The gateway to the source creation will be there. You'll be able to leave your body without constraint, whenever you choose. But we step it one at a time. You think those who create that are gods that walked before us, you think that they just overnight went out and created universes? No, they didn't. So, we're in the now. In the divine positive energy, we are the heaven on earth. See? And Gaia is the heaven on her own earth. And we would like to invite Gaia to rest. and that she has the confidence in those of us who have the confidence in ourselves without ego to kind of take over for a while, to heal her oceans, to help her accelerate, so she can continue to increase her frequencies as we would and we do, so that the turmoil, so that her anger, she alleviates that. She moves onto center circle, and she moves into the now, and she's calm, and she's loving. She's always loving, but sometimes, you keep getting hacked at and blown up, and, having things sucked out of you. After a while, it gets pretty tough. So, as we breath out, we're breathing out anything that ego mind is trying to tell it. Oh, no, just crazy stuff. You don't want to do that. Nah. Or it causes you to feel uncomfortable. Discomfort. Yeah. Ego mind does that really well. And it's all facade. It's just an absolute facade. It's just thoughts. And when you acknowledge that, it's just, you say to yourself, this is just a thought. These are just thoughts coming in. You'll notice that all of your uneasiness will just fade, just disappears. When you acknowledge that with yourself, these are just thoughts. Look at this crazy thought coming in. It's just a thought. Be surprised what happens. This is a wonderful journey we're on. So we have many with us. Do you honestly believe that since we're part of everything, that everything isn't aware of what our intent is? Don't you think that the brothers and sisters in the solar system, over 100 planets, aren't communicating with Gaia and us and saying, we really appreciate this, that you're going to help her? Right? We aren't going to inject her. We aren't going to do anything genetically to her. We're just going to help her relax so she can heal. And we have the archangels, cherubim, seraphim, archetypes, all of them. They all vibrate at a higher frequency. Does that make them better? Heck no. We're all one. We love them. They love us. They're with us all the time. We're with them all the time. They'll appear. They always do. And they want to get a message to you. And then when you least expect it, someone will just appear and you won't think. You think, wait a minute. Where did they come from? How come they were so attentive to me? How come they were just staring at me? Talking to me? Right? Now, they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. That's all they can be because they are in high frequency. It's the same with the Ascent Masters. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Buddha, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Morya, Abundancia, Thoth, Hell, and many, many, many more. They're all high frequency. Their gods are out of the body. Our gods are in the body. You know something? That's about the only difference. They're conscious gods, and their intent is to help us like we are helping Gaia. And that's what they do. That's what the archangels do. We all serve each other. See? And we are all of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude, always. Perpetually. And when you're not in deep gratitude, you got trouble. I can guarantee it. So, who else are there? We reach out, we form our circle of light, arm in arm, hand in hand. All of us, the archangels, ascended masters, we're all joined. They're all in full compassion, non-judgment, generosity, humbleness, tranquility, benevolence, non-ego, non-cynicism, non-negativity, peace, joy, bliss. And we're all together in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we encase Gaia with our circle of light at her equator. And all of us, Ascended Masters, Archangels, more coming, we begin to heal her and protect her, as she has done tirelessly forever. And our light shines, or the true light of Source creation, not the false one. And it shines bright, and it forms this halo, this circle of light. It illuminates her atmosphere. It saturates and floods all life on her, in her, above her, and below her. There's no question about it. We can feel it every time we do it. And as we do this, she is in exaltation. It's because her knowing that we have fully become conscious, now everything is going to be elevated. So as we saturate her, brothers and sisters, all life is the highest value in the universe. And we have this golden shimmer. It's kind of like the golden ocean. And we are the drops that hold the essence of the ocean. So as we do this, along with the archangels, angels, and the ascended masters, we begin to float up above the planet. We've combined, we have so much assistance with the other parts of us. We have the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. Raphael's here. We have the violet blue purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. Michael's here. Raphael's here. All the four arcs are here. They're all here. We have the white fire. It's our armor. We have the purple transmuting flame. It's our dispeller, our vaporizer. We have the violet ray. It's our cleaner. It's our balancer. We have the golden white pink light of Source creation. Prime Source Creator God, Mother, Father God, feminine, masculine, our family. You can see this as it moves and saturates and floods all of us and everything. So as we float up, we move above our bodies. We no longer need a trail. We don't need a rope. We don't need a thread to keep us attached to bodies. We progress to the point where we can move out of the body without resistance. So as we do this, we call out to all of the light energy beings who are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. They're all of the highest, deepest, eternal love. They're all from the highest, deepest, eternal love, because it's the only way they can be to join us. There is full compassion, non-judgment, peace, tranquility, non-ego, stillness, benevolence, joy, bliss, exuberation. And they come in the Goga plexus, and they come from several different universes, and they are filled with the balance of the gods that they are, and overjoyed to assist their brothers and sisters in healing this planet. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. They are from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. And we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and they are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are all one, and we are all love, and our God light energy is flooding and saturating all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and forever. And beyond all of that, so several Googleplex come in and join us, arm in arm, hand in hand, this circle of light, this meditation, this now. All of us, always in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude. It is our balance. It keeps us focused on the now. It opens up source creation's flow forever. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of the galactics, all the loved ones who we have who have been in this lifetime, who have ascended out of body, and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. We have all of the off-worlders, galactics, the Sirians, the Pleiadians, the Andromedans, the Arcturians, and many, many, many more. And they too, they're all here. They too, they've assisted us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, in our freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage, and our own self-imposed slavery. And they're all of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. They're in full compassion, benevolence, kindness, tranquility, generosity, non-ego, non-judgment, stillness. And they come in numbers that cannot be counted. And they all come in arm in arm, hand in hand. Their gods, all of their gods are with our gods. All of our gods are with their gods. And we're all one. Feel that frequency. And we're all love. Feel that frequency through the heart mind. In our God-light energy, well, that is everywhere. Not ever to go away, but to continue to increase. We have all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. Trillions. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, the mermaids, the dolphin, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And they come in shapes, sizes, and forms and colors and configurations of which we have never seen before. And they're all of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. From the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. And they're in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. If we are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, they're non-judging, non-ego, tranquil, benevolent, kind, generous, still. And they're with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Their gods with our gods with theirs. Feel all of this. It is massive. And we're all together here assisting the very place, the very God that has assisted us without fail from the beginning. And we love her. Just like we love ourselves and each other. And the only thing that we find joy is to watch her expand, because she will grow, and there will be more land, and also to ascend, to raise her frequency along with us, because that's what she's doing, and we will accelerate it. So we heal her, all of us. We look upon her. We see all of life everywhere. We see all of the God everywhere. And we flood them all. We flood Gaia. We saturate her inside and out, top to bottom. In the highest and the deepest, deepest, deepest of eternal love of that which we are. We are supreme, immortal beings housed inside these biological vessels. And we are creators. We are here to assist our sister Gaia, and so that she can heal. I'll join you in meditation. I'll be back to close us out. there's an old saying, if it is to be, it is up to me. And that's exactly what applies to us. If it is what we do, if what we desire through our heart minds, or we stay in our ego minds, is what we truly want, then it will be. And feel this nurturing that we're giving this planet, Gaia, our friend, our family member. She will begin to feel it immensely. And take it with you the rest of the day into the evening and night, into the following morning. And everywhere you walk upon her, understand that she is just as much of a God as you are, that her life is just as the highest value in this universe as you are. And she wants to be as healthy and vibrant and immortal as you are. And we'll get back here Saturday, December 14th, 2019, 3 p.m. Eastern.